That'd be great. I would love for him to do that. I would just rather like Stallone to take it easy, because he got hurt a lot on Expendables, a lot. And I'm a big fan of Sly, and he needs to take it easy. And even if Expendables was the last film he did, I think it'd be a great way to finish. It'd be a great way to finish. But yeah, I mean, if he did Expendables 2 and 3, that'd be awesome. I'd be absolutely for it. Get Chuck Norris, get Mark Dacascos, get Jeff Speakman, Wesley Snipes, since he would be able to do the film now. Hell yeah, I'd be down for it. So thanks for the questions. Here we have Mimbrush, M-I-M-B-R-S-H. Hi, my name is Daniel. I enjoy hearing your comments and passion you would suit for movies. Thank you. Just want to introduce myself, compliment your poll, no punches approach of movie reviewing. I'm an incredibly avid fan of movies, obviously one that I enjoy personally like or love. I've seen my fair share of movies and really enjoy the experience, especially when the movie turns out to be something special. So I appreciate your enthusiasm. Since you're taking questions, I have 3. What do you think of the movie Battle Royale? If you've never seen it, check it out. I have seen Battle Royale. Is that a film I would like enough to buy? But I mean, it's a ballsy movie. For people who don't know, I mean, it's the future, and something about this overpopulation. So they'll take like a class from a school, and they think they're on a road trip, and then they basically put into this island sort of area, and they have to kill each other. Otherwise, like this, I think they have something around their neck and it explodes. And these are like 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, and they're having to kill each other. So it's a ballsy movie. I mean, it's a ballsy movie, and I remember there was talk of a remake for America, and I'm like, that'll never happen. You would never. They'll do it with like fucking people from the WB, which I know doesn't exist anymore, so I should say the CW. But Battle Royale, I mean, it was a ballsy movie. I mean, it's not one I watch. I don't own it. Don't care to own it. But I gotta admit, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch just for a ballsy attitude for it. What's the one movie that you could watch anytime, over and over? I had a couple of them. Predator. Predator is one I can watch over and over again. That's a film that never gets old. Let me see. Anytime, over and over again. Let's see. Tremors. That's another one I can watch over and over again. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. And Cheech and Chong's next movie. Let's see. Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. That's a very funny one. I watch that over and over again. Rambo 2. Let's see. Cobra. Love Cobra. I can watch that over and over again. So yeah, those are a couple I could watch over and over again. Have you found yourself to be more strict and critical with movies as the years go by? For me, I've become more critical and went as far as filtering out movies that did not meet my standards or just were not as good as I remember in my personal collection. Strict and critical. I'm trying to think what that means. Have I become more strict and critical with movies? I don't know. I think so. There was a time I'm sure I would have watched any movie. Just, okay, I've seen it. Now it's like, I don't care if it's a popular movie. It's to a point where I'm not going to watch it unless I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to get into this, there's no point in watching it. So I said, fuck it, I'm not watching it. If you mean like films I used to like, no, I'm not more strict and critical. Like Cobra, Hard Target, Cyborg, I still love them as much as I did as a kid. I love them today. Leviathan, Watchers 1 and 2, Wax 1 and 2. I love them just as much as I did back then. I love them just as much now. If you mean like going to new films, yeah, I'm much more critical. But the films I do own, no, I'm not more critical. I'm more critical of the new stuff, but the old ones, no. I still love them. It's nostalgia or whatever. I miss those type of movies, so I'm definitely fine with that. Lombard Phantom writes, have you thought of writing a novel? No. I've written stories. I never uploaded them on the internet, but I've written stories. There was one time I said I was going to stop and, write a story. But my attention just doesn't go that long. No. I wouldn't even know what the hell to write for a novel. I would not have the patience for it. I really wouldn't. Who's your favorite action star of all time? Without a doubt, Sylvester Stallone. Rambo, Rocky, Cobra, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, Stallone is a guy I look up to. I mean, a guy who started off in bad way. Getting a fucking doctor fucking up his cheek and making one side of his face paralyzed. So, he can't, the reason he talks and the reason he's like that is because some doctor fucked up when he was a baby. And people make fun of him. And this is a guy who gets made fun of and gets picked on for it. Think about it. If you see someone walking and they have a leg that doesn't work right from birth, people say, oh, look at that cripple, you would think they were a total jackass. And yet people are like, yo, and they do it, like, no problem. It's like, what's the difference? He didn't do that on purpose. He didn't fuck himself up. So I like that way. He just made me more to root for him. I think the guy can do drama, Copland, ICU, but he can do action as well. He can direct like Rambo, Rocky Balboa. And yeah, I enjoy the guy. He's definitely my favorite action star, my favorite actor. Do you agree that overall quality of television and film has gone downhill in recent years? Yeah. But I don't know if that's just a generation thing, because I think when you get older, here's my take on it. When you get older, the films you liked as a kid become obsolete. And then you look around and you don't see many films that you saw that are similar to what you saw as a kid. It's like someone who grew up in the 30s and then grew up with Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy. And then they grow older and it's the 50s. And now you have, Attack of the Killer Crab. That was where the original The Thing, The Fly. 50s B movies. I'm sure the fans of the 30s horror movies would be like, what the fuck is this? Things are going downhill, People in the 50s who love those, they probably when got to the 80s and slasher films are like, man, this is too violent, and they probably thought of slasher films as maybe we think of torture films. So I think it's a generation thing. I think it's just when you get older, your type of films don't get made anymore. Like, no one makes films like they did in the 50s. No one makes films like they did in the 30s. And there's going to be a day, heaven forbid for me, that they're not going to make films like they did in the 80s. In a way, we're kind of there now. It's only once in a while, like the Expendables, hopefully. But we're sort of at a point where they're not going to make movies like they did in the 80s. They'll remake it, but then they'll change it to how the style is today. So, yeah. That's kind of my thought on that. Question, with gay pride parades coming up, what is your opinion on them showcasing stereotypical effeminate gay behavior, and parades focusing mostly on that behavior, where they make spectacles of themselves. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, wait. Let me read this question again. Gay pride parades coming up. I don't know, I don't watch them. I didn't know they televised them. What is your opinion on them showcasing stereotypical effeminate gay behavior? So, are these gay people doing the parades and they're acting like stereotypes? Where they make spectacles of themselves? Is that what you mean? Like, if it's someone who's gay and they're being stereotypical, then they acted it.